1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
Movie.
Fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honeybee.
Fun time, go!
Hello, Honeybee.
Hi.
There it is. There's
What?
my soda. I was cracking the soda open.
Delicioso. Ooh. Oh, the ASMR. It's just so good.
ASMR. Honeybee, it's that time of year again.
Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to 31 Days of Horror. Oops, all werewolves edition. Folks, this year we are doing all werewolves all month long. We've got lots of special guests lined up, some old friends returning, some new friends joining us for the first time, and Honeybee might be here a little more than usual. We'll see.
Yay!
It is day one, and we're going to start things off with the best place to start, I think. The Wolf Man from 1941.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
You know, before I say anything about it, Honeybee, have you ever seen this movie before?
Negative.
And what were your impressions?
You know, I honestly enjoyed it. It's so simple. It's so, it's kind of short, but it's just so, it was really enjoyable. I had a great time watching it, especially going into it, you know, completely blind. And also, I don't really know a lot of werewolf shit, watch a lot of werewolf shit. Definitely not one of my things. So yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed watching it. There are definitely some things that I cannot wait to talk about in this fucking movie. But
well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we started with this thing, because a lot of werewolf shit, a lot of what we think of, and particularly the movies think of as werewolf shit, comes from this movie.
Oh.
I mean, some of it's from folklore, but a lot of it is from this movie. Your basic rules that you get in the movies, like the pentagram in the hand, that comes from here. I think the silver's from folklore. Definitely that poem is from this, but it will show up in other movies sometimes. Excuse me. You said it was short. It is 70 minutes. It's from 1941. The budget was $180,000. I don't know what the box office was, but I believe it was considered a hit. This is part of the Universal Monsters series, which we might do at some point in the future when we run out of kaiju movies. We may shift focus, so we'll do the Universal Monsters. So we may be coming back to this movie again someday.
Hell yeah.
Folks, if you haven't listened to our Halloween episodes before, they tend to be a little bit shorter, and we don't do a full plot summary and scene breakdown like we do with the kaiju ones. It's just more our thoughts and feelings about the movie. So if we do come back to this movie in the future, then we'll do the full bit by bit. I will tell you the cast, though. It stars Lon Chaney Jr. as Lawrence Larry Talbot, the Wolfman. Claude Rains as Sir John Talbot. Warren William as Dr. Lloyd. Ralph Bellamy as Colonel Paul Montford. Patrick Knowles as Frank Andrews. Bela Lugosi as Bela, the Romany fortune teller and werewolf. Oh, how nice. Wikipedia is up to date enough to refer to him as a Romany, not Bela the Gypsy. Marla Ospinskaya as Maleva, the Romany sorceress. I don't know. Sorceress seems a bit much. Evelyn Ankers as Gwen Conleaf, J.M. Kerrigan as Charles Conleaf, Faye Helm as Jenny Williams, and Forrester Harvey as Twiddle.
I'm not gonna lie, this opening cast thing that we see at the beginning of the movie, where it's like this actor playing this guy, this actor playing this guy. I kind of wish that that was at the end of the movie. I was like, damn,
right?
Spoiler! Like we don't know who the Wolfman is yet. And now we all know. We haven't even seen the movie yet.
Now you remember Claude Rains, right?
No.
Yeah. Can you think about it for just a moment? Claude Rains was the Invisible Man.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get a lot of his face in that movie, so
Late.
that's why.
I thought you might recognize his voice. But his name you should know. You should know his name. And at some point, someday, you and I will sit down and watch Casablanca, and you will see Claude Rains in that, playing a very different part. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed to our Patreon yet, you can hear our Invisible Man episode where we talk about Mr. Claude Rains by going to patreon.com/mmftg.
Yeah.
So, Lon Chaney Jr., who's actually not Lon Chaney Jr., he is Crichton Chaney, but his father was a famous silent film actor, Lon Chaney. So when he was trying to market himself later, he pretended that he was... I mean, he's his son, but he's not Junior on his birth certificate. So Lon Chaney Sr. was known as the Man of 1,000 Faces, and he was the Phantom of the Opera in the silent film version, and was also known for doing his own makeup and doing a lot of innovative special effects makeup things. So Lon Chaney Jr., his father didn't want him to be an actor, but he did it anyway, and got some fame doing Of Mice and Men. And then once he did Wolfman, that was it. It was horror movies, not exclusively, but a lot. This is the main thing he's known for. He's also the only person to have played all of the major Universal monsters.
Whoa.
Yeah, because they didn't always. He's the only one to play the Wolfman, but he also played everybody else because the other actors didn't always come back. So I think Bela only played Dracula twice, in Dracula and in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. But Lon Chaney Jr. is in Son of Dracula, which is actually Dracula. When you watch the movie, the character he's playing is actually Dracula, not the son of Dracula. So that counts. He plays Frankenstein in Frankenstein's monster in I think the Ghost of Frankenstein, and he plays the Mummy in one of them. So those are the major ones. Of course, he doesn't play the creature from the Black Lagoon. He doesn't play the Invisible Man, but he plays all the big ones. And as I said, the only one to play the Wolfman in those movies. So tell me,
nice.
Hope, Honeybee, what particularly jumped out at you?
Good or bad? Because I got some
Both.
things.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me. Let's hear your notes.
I just want to say, God damn it, Gwen. Okay? The whole, telescope through the window...
what a creep.
Bullshit. What a creep. And why does it work? It pissed me off
I
that
know.
it worked. And then also, God damn it, Gwen, for getting Jenny involved and then killed.
Yep.
And then whenever everything goes down, she doesn't give a fuck about Jenny at first. She completely forgets about Jenny because she is all over this fucking weirdo trying to get him.
Yeah.
I'm like, they left Jenny.
And there's that scenes when Jenny's mom comes in all pissed off, and they're all being defensive, but they're not taking into account that this woman's daughter just died, So maybe she's a little out of line, but they can cut her some slack.
She does
traumatized.
say who can blame her at one point, but I'm just like, come on. And then she's like engaged to the guy, and there's like a dick measuring contest at one point. And then I'm just like, I just, God damn it, Gwen. You know, that's kind of like my first thoughts. I don't like how the creepiness worked for Gwen, and she was engaged to someone else, and
she's ready to run off with him after she finds out that he's a werewolf. She's ready to run away with him. So and they don't imply this at all, really, but maybe there's some, werewolf animal magnetism happening there because there's no other explanation for it.
For fuck's sake.
There's no. But that's something we're kind of imposing on it from the outside because it's not really indicated in the text of the.
And at one point, someone like tries.
I'm just
to
grasping
say
at straws.
Yeah, seriously. At one point, someone's like trying to say something about Larry, like saying something bad, and she's basically like, "What do you mean? Look, I've known the guy for less than 48 hours. He wouldn't do something like that." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, what is happening here?" It was just one thing that I really did not quite enjoy about the movie, but it definitely, it didn't ruin it for me. You know what I mean? Just, goddamn. I was literally like, is this flirting? Like, it's like, what is happening? Like, but yeah, I did enjoy
Folks, if you haven't,
the movie.
If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it it's on Prime Video, or you can rent it or buy it anywhere. Because obviously we're spoiling the shit out of it, which we're going to do all month long. Spoilers for everything.
It's worth it. It's worth
all
watch,
the time,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean he is a total creep, and but this is my favorite of the Universal monster movies. Partly, I think, because it's. I think it's partly because it's not based on anything, so there's nothing for them to fuck up. Like Frankenstein and Dracula are both based on books.
Oh, I see.
And The Invisible Man. But Frankenstein and Dracula are not very faithful adaptations of those books. Wolfman, not Clifford. Yes. What? Hold on.
What?
Kurt Siedmack. Siedmack? Siodo?
Hello?
The writer. Sodmack. I don't know how the hell it's pronounced. He, it's all him. It's all his screenplay. It's not based on any specific book. So there's nothing for it to be unfaithful to. So that's one reason I like it. I do also enjoy, even though he's a total creep, Larry's tortured, Lon Chaney's tortured performance as Larry. Just, I really feel his suffering, and it just gets worse as the movies go on because he comes back over and over again. So it turns out it's hard to kill a werewolf, and he just keeps coming back.
Well, damn.
And I guess he's not able to kill himself. So, and it's also got Claude Rains in it. He's good. Bella's in it just for a moment, but he's good. I just really like it. I should say I saw these movies as a kid. They would come on. A lot of them I saw with my father. They would come on late at night on a Friday or a Saturday night, and they would often show a double feature. Dad didn't always make it through both movies. He would often go to bed after the first one. But I would stay up late on the weekends watching these movies, before I'd read any of these books. And so I have a real connection to them, a history with them, and this one is my favorite, and I've probably watched it more than any of the other ones. I watch it every year at this time of year, in October, and I love it. But yes, it's got problems.
Yeah, I could see, in 1941 this being so charming, but in 2023 it's like, holy shit, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, you creep! Like, don't you know what no means, you piece of shit?
Well, and I don't know any details, but apparently the lady that played Gwen, what's her name? I just said a minute ago.
Don't give me the line.
Evelyn Ankers. Evelyn did not get along with Lon Chaney Jr.
Oh.
So I don't know why, because I just watched a documentary about him where everybody said he was just the sweetest guy and everybody loved him, but apparently
they all are. They all are.
None
just
of
the
none of those
sweetest guy,
people.
aren't they?
I guess none of those people were playing his love interests in a movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know how.
Him with his stinky, nasty, hairy werewolf breath.
And I don't know at what point his drinking problem was at when he made this movie. So there's that. But
Also, I just thought of this too. Something else is like the guy who plays his dad. Like, I wrote one of my notes is like,
Claude Rains.
Daddy's a scientist, and Mom must have been really tall.
Yes, they do not look at all related. However, his brother looks exactly like him, because we see a portrait of his dead brother hanging above the fireplace mantle, and it's just a painting of Lon Chaney Jr. It's just him exactly. But and it seems the reason he's come home is because his brother died, but I don't think that's ever stated explicitly. He's just like, I sure was sorry to hear about John. Was it John? Is he? So he's John. Okay, so he's Jonathan Talbot Jr. He was the older son. He's named after his father, Sir John. It's not really at all clear. I guess we assume this is in England, but I don't know if they ever say. But
at the beginning,
not only is Larry American, but Gwen is clearly American as well. And Jenny seems fairly American.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
I have no idea. All I can think of is gypsies, tramps, and thieves. We hear from the people in town.
That's Romany tramps and thieves. Well, they call us. That's true. It's not what we call ourselves, but they call us gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, these days it's generally frowned upon to use the term gypsy, because that's a name outsiders put on them. But man, this movie's not at all aware of that. Just constantly, and nobody could just say Bela. They have to say Bela the gypsy or Bela the fortune teller, as if there's another Bela they have to differentiate him from. You mean Bela the tailor? No, Bela the fortune teller, the gypsy fortune teller. Oh, not Bela the Italian fortune teller. No. Bela the gypsy fortune teller. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So apart from Larry being a total creeper, because he's, gosh, folks, you gotta watch it. He spies under the telescope that his father has ordered and that he's helping him set up. And then he goes to her shop and pretend it's a antiques place and acts like he wants to buy some earrings, but then describes the earrings that he saw her trying on in her bedroom through her window. And she says, we don't have those, anything like that. And he's like, well, yes, you do. Don't you remember? They're on your nightstand upstairs. And or your dressing table, whatever. And she's like, what? Well, those aren't for sale. And how do you know about that? He claims that he's psychic, but and then buys a cane instead. And I want that cane. You could get a replica of it for just a little over $300. But the thing that bugs me, though, apart from him being a total creep, is when he transforms for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he changes clothes after he transforms. Did you notice this?
That's
hilarious. He's in his bedroom and he's wearing kind of light pants, and he's taking his shirt off and he's wearing a white undershirt, a white tank top undershirt. And he sits down in the chair and he starts transforming. And then we cut to him outside where he's wearing dark pants and a long sleeve a dark shirt that buttons all the way up. He's got it buttoned all the way up, and it's got long sleeves so that they only had to make up his, his hands and his face.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do his arms and his chest. And I'm like, why didn't anyone catch that? And why didn't they just have him wearing that in the previous scene?
Man, that's hilarious.
And then when he changes later, he's in the same outfit. So he's like, better put my stocking clothes on before I transform.
Something else that I kind of was annoyed by, kind of similar vibes with the clothes thing, is when Jenny gets attacked by the werewolf, it looks like a dog, and he's fighting this dog. We see the dog's head, but then when he transforms into a werewolf, he's Wolf Man, and I'm like, well, why doesn't he look like a dog?
Yeah. And it is just a dog who ended up becoming Lon Chaney's dog. I guess he was a studio dog, and then Lon just took him home. And you can see pictures of them together.
Cute.
But yes, he's definitely a man. Bela is a man who turns into a wolf, but Lon Chaney becomes a wolf man. Mm-hmm. Although they use the term werewolf throughout the movie, though. They never call him a wolf man. Yeah. In the movie, they call him a werewolf.
Yeah. Another time that he's a creep, too, is whenever the fortune teller woman, the sorceress, if you will, she gives him a pendant, and she's like, it's your fate. You have to do this now. Go. Keep this so you will be safe. And then the first thing he does is go find what's-her-face without her fiance, and he's like, here, take this pendant. Take it, because I don't fucking need it. And then she's like, well, I can't take it without giving you something. Here's a penny. And he's like, that's not enough. And just fucking shoves his face onto her face.
Yep.
I was like, for fuck's sake, my boy. Why? Ew. God.
But I thought she was implying that when she said, I can't take it without giving you something, but then she switches to, here's a penny. So I'm like,
here's a penny.
What?
Probably because her fiance is 5 feet away from them.
Yeah. Well, he within the confines of this film, he ends up dead at the end, and the fiance gets the girl. So,
oh God,
so there you go.
So much worse. So much worse. Oh man. Another part that I thought was pretty funny was what, do you believe in werewolves, Daddy? And he was like, no, but I believe in schizophrenia. Let's go to church.
Pray it out of you, boy.
Yeah.
And it's so weird though. He goes into church without him and sits down the front row, and then the entire church just sort of senses that he's standing back there and turns around one row at a time to stare at him. Time.
Yeah, it's very well choreographed. So
and finally Claude Rains from is like, I sense that everybody's turned around. What is it? And he just leaves. He's like, fuck this. I'm out. Well, I hesitate to ask, but Honeybee, what do you rate 1941's The Wolfman?
I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. It was super fun to watch. It's so simple. The story is just very simple. There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot of meat. It's just kind of silly. And, I think it's kind of hard to make a Wolfman scary, but I really do think that the actor did a great job of, like you said, just portraying the torment of, and the crazy, him going crazy and losing his mind, and all of these people accusing him of, being this nothing happened until you came into town, and just I think he did a great job, and so I did enjoy it for sure. I'm gonna say it's 4 stars for me.
Okay, that's more than I thought you were going to give it. I give it 5, straight up 5. Love it, love it. We'll watch it again next year.
I probably won't. I probably won't watch it again. I mean, I might. Like, I would watch it with you. Or, like, I would watch it, you know, like, to show someone. Or if someone was like, oh, you know what we should watch? We should watch The Wolfman from 1941. I'd be like, all right, fuck yeah. But I probably won't, like, you know, go out of my way to watch it again. Just because. I mean, I did enjoy it. It was fun. But, you know, I'm just like, it was fun. I had a great time watching it. And it did make me laugh, which probably in moments that it shouldn't. But like I said, it's kind of hard to make a Wolfman, especially in 1941, you know, not look kind of goofy. And so I did really have a good time, though. It was very enjoyable experience. So I do recommend watching it, especially you know, if you're into the wolf things, the werewolves, and it's one of your things, like, for sure. And even if it's not, I do recommend it just because, like you said, it's kind of like a staple. It's kind of where a lot of things came from. So definitely worth the watch for sure. I had fun.
Yeah, you will see many movies refer to that little poem, and the cane shows up every now and then in something. One of the other movies we'll be watching this month, somebody's got a replica of it.
Ooh.
So, folks, join us here every day this month for 31 days of horror.
Yeah,
Oops,
baby.
All Werewolves. Tomorrow we're going to discuss the remake from 2010 called The Wolfman. One word, The Wolfman. Not The Wolf Man. So, yeah, I don't know why. I guess they did that on purpose to distinguish the two films. I don't know. So yeah, be back here tomorrow.
I was looking up the movies, and there was one that was like The Wolfman's Got Nads or something like that. Like,
oh, Wolfman.
What?
Okay, that is a documentary that is a reference to the Monster Squad. At some point in the movie The Monster Squad, at some point somebody kicks the Wolfman in the groin.
Aww.
Then they say the Wolfman's got nads or nards or whatever.
Nards,
nads,
I think it was nards. Yeah.
They're shocked that he reacts when he's kicked in the groin.
Because they think he doesn't have balls because he's a wolf?
I guess. I guess they thought he'd be tougher. They're kids. They're like 12-year-olds.
Okay. Oh, so they think that his balls haven't dropped.
I don't know. Well, they're not visible. They're just surprised that it worked. That they kicked him in the balls and it worked. This brings up a valid question. When you turn into a werewolf, does your junk stay the same size, or do you get like dog junk? Like that's an interesting. I guess it depends on what kind you're turning into. If you're turning into the wolf kind or the wolf man kind. Ooh. Anyway, that's a documentary about that movie, so that's why it's called that.
That makes sense.
Folks,
like, what the fuck?
Don't want to disappoint anyone, but we will not be covering that movie this year. We're focusing on ones because it's got a werewolf in it, but we're focusing more on werewolf specific movies, not team up movies that just also have a werewolf in them.
Heard.
Maybe next year. Who knows? Anyway, join us tomorrow.
We gotta do something else, like zombies or something.
Like vampires or zombies or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Look us up at mmftg.com and be here tomorrow for The Wolfman from 2010. Until then, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honey B. Happy October, everyone.
Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements.
And please, don't misuse science.
We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review us on your podcasting platform of choice. Our theme song is by the Texicano folk rock punk featuring Lita Lopez. You can support the show, find links to our social media, and even leave us a voice message at anchor.fm/MNFTG.